Does the high amount of nickel being observed in 3I Atlas means it was built by aliens? No. What it probably is an indication of is where it was formed. The comets in our solar system are leftovers from the formation of from our solar system. Like planetary formation usually starts with a grain of dust surrounded by ice, and when they're moving around, they hit and they melt and they kind of glob together. So what Borisov and Atlas are leftovers from this process, and Oumuamua from different solar systems. So their chemical composition may be a bit off compared to ours. I just read this paper from a team studying it using what they call integral field spectroscopy, and what it is you can take a picture of an object using the telescope, and you can split it up into little tiny dots, and you can get a spectrogram of each pixel. You either use a series of little tiny lensets or fiber optics or mirrors to break down the light and put them through a spectrograph, so you can measure the spectrum of each dot. And they found that around they were studying the distribution of cyanide and nickel around the comet, and they were using the Keck telescope in Hawaii. And they found that nickel is closer to the comet and the cyanide's further away. The reason why there's a lot more nickel, it could be just where the comets are located in our solar system. To melt the outer layers and get it to sublime into a gas, it actually probably needs to be a certain temperature for certain molecules, and nickel is a lot lighter than iron. And iron and nickel are probably part of other molecules. There's carbonyls, which are nickel or iron with carbon monoxide molecules added to them. For nickel, there's 4 common carbon monoxide, and for iron, there's 5. And carbon and these they're also attached to polyaromatic hydrocarbons, which are rings of carbon and hydrogen. And so the added weight to between nickel and iron could be the reason why there's a higher amount of nickel being observed around Borisov and Atlas than around comets in our own solar system that get closer to the sun and have more heat and able to sublime more gases. Plus, it also could be just the environment that they were created in. And both of them actually have a very similar ratio between iron and nickel and water. So, and with a low water content compared to comets in our solar system. So they could probably were formed in solar systems that did not have much water when they were being formed. But no, it does not mean it was aliens who created them. They're not being particularly weird. It could just be where they're being measured, and that's what's going on in each of these comets. Okay, I hope everybody has a good day, and goodbye.